So, I'm very pleased to meet a very, very nice man, Chris Goss of Masters of Reality. Hello and welcome to the show.
Where did you hear that I was a nice man?
Well, I experienced it some minutes ago.
You did?
Yeah.
What did I do?
You called me dear. Okay, you are pretty long in the business, but there might be some people that still don't know Masters of Reality, although I think it's blasphemy, but okay, there might be some people. So could you give at least a rough excursion on your history?
Yeah, to the blasphemous out there. I didn't go to Walt Disney School of Song and Dance.
Okay.
I didn't star on a TV show, and I wasn't on any celebrity reality shows. I'm part of a minority of Americans who loathe modern media and who do not like it, and and feel that we're overwhelmed by it. So I guess starting from that standpoint, that's why a lot of people haven't heard from me, because I make rock and roll records. I make my own rock and roll records, and I also help other people make rock and roll records. I have helped make rock and roll records with people like Ginger Baker, PJ Harvey, Mark Lanigan, Queens of the Stone Age, Caius. List goes on and on.
Yeah, pretty long list.
Yeah, it's a long list. And so if you're fans of any of that music, you might like my music too. And I have a new record out of my own band. My own band's been in existence for well over 20 years. It's called Masters of Reality. At one point, Ginger Baker joined my band in the early 90s, which brought us quite a lot of attention. And he left the band after a few years, because who could blame him? And in the atmosphere of today versus the 1960s, when he was a superstar, he still is one of the architects of what we do in rock and roll. He was one of the original architects. But anyway, aside from all this name dropping, I have a new record out that I'm pretty proud of, and all the influences that I've listened to my whole life, a lot of them have managed to sneak out on this record. And that's a truck.
That's a truck.
And we're in Dortmund, and they're remodeling a building behind us, and right behind us, and that was a truck full of stone that they just dug up from the ground. So if you can imagine, I just sang a song in here a few minutes ago, and that was in the background too.
Okay.
But so now I'm in Europe. I work with Uncle. It's an electronic band from London. I've been in London the last 5 weeks working with Uncle, and I've been working with them on and off for nearly 5 years also. And I'm in Europe now doing press for this record, and going to Pukkelpop and Lowlands Festival this weekend to see a lot of my friends play. Yeah.
You are on tour with Eagles of Death Metal, I guess, too?
I'm just going to hook up with them, and if the mood's right, maybe sing a song with them. I'm not sure, party with them. I don't know.
Partying is always good.
Yeah.
So you're doing music for since '81, I think. Master of Reality was formed. Now it's the fifth studio album.
Fifth studio album, yeah. I think we have maybe...
And the last you did in 2001, I think.
8 records total, but fifth studio album.
And actually you wanted to go on tour last year. That was cancelled. And now it's time that you actually go on tour, so people can see you live and experience your music, and hopefully they do it. And I was very surprised. It's a pretty small tour, but there are 4 gigs in Germany.
Yeah.
4 gigs. Munich, big town. Berlin, big town. Cologne, big town. And Bochum. I'm from Bochum, by the way. What can people expect from a live show? Apart from good music, of course.
Apart from good music, not much. I don't think. Really. I think I think it'll be a pretty good vibe on this tour. Knock on wood. They'll definitely see, I think, the best version of Masters of Reality ever this time around.
Okay, people always say that.
Well, and for a reason, right? You know, I mean, I think I have my reason. That's because I don't feel like I have any rules to follow anymore. I can make my own rules, and everybody can really, and we prefer it that way anyway, don't we? You know, so I really am fearless right now, you know, as to what kind of music I want to play and what I will play. And I mean, because it doesn't matter anymore. You know, there's so much stuff out there now. You may as well be yourself.
Yeah.
Because even if you sell out, there's still no guarantee that, you know, you're going to do it.
Exactly. As a producer, you are often in the studio, so you often create music. Do you like it more to be in this creative process, or do you like it more to bring the music to the people, so playing live?
I like both things. I mean, one lifestyle is a lot easier. Lifestyle in the studio is very secure. It's very regimented every day, and it's, you know, I control the temperature and the lighting, and it's like an embryo. You know, I hide in it, and no one can get to us, and so it's very easy to fall into working a lot in the recording studio. But nothing matches the joy of creating on the stage itself when things are working on stage, you know, and you're grooving.
What are you up to in the next future, except for you promote your album right now, you go on tour, maybe next year, the year after that?
I'm going to promote this record until it or I are officially pronounced dead. I like this record. I can't wait to present it live. I'm going to keep going and for a while on this record and do more live shows and all that web stuff. I'm not a computer guy, but I finally have all of my web resources in the hands of people I trust and I like, and all the Masters of Reality music will be available in some form or other, all easy to find now on the web very shortly. And so that world is organized and help me make a living off of it. You know, it's very easy to produce records, make a good living doing it, but it's nicer to play music with my drummer John, and when we jam, I almost get this, you know, it's a transcendental experience sometimes for me, and that's what I live for.
You've mentioned that you don't like the new media, but it also has some advantages. You've got a MySpace site too. So.
I actually don't have anything to do with those sites. Those are all like, Chris, you should have a blah 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 site, and I'm going, okay, yeah, go ahead. I have no idea. I barely know how to register at a site. I look at my emails for business communication and for communicating, and it's nice to order, you know, to shop offline and stuff like that, or online.
But actually, in Germany, there is a real good Masters of Reality site.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
it's an encyclopedia actually, because I couldn't go through it. There was so many information.
Yeah, you're right. I had dinner with Thomas last night, Thomas Hornbrook, who runs the site, and he says he has the most master stuff in the world.
Yeah, I truly believe that.
Yeah, he probably does, yeah. And good for him, because someday it'll be worth a lot of money.
I bet, yeah.
Yeah. He's really dedicated to it, and you know, I don't even communicate much with the people who do my sites, and that's because if they get a joy out of doing it, I don't want to spoil their joy. I don't want to feel like their boss or their overseer. If they're a fan and they enjoy the music, then I hope they enjoy doing the site. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. It helps my cause. It helps get the word out there. But if it's ever not fun for them, then they should never do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it needs to be fun. So yeah, it's all up to the individual, you know. But I don't communicate with fans through the sites or things like that. You know, I think that's really creepy myself.
Yeah, I think fans can be really creepy, actually.
Well, the artists can be too. I know a lot of artists who actually, you know, pick people to date off of their fan sites, you know, and
God, okay.
yeah, I know it's terrifying to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, I don't put anything in my mouth that I don't know.
I don't like that either.
You know what I mean? You know, what are they thinking? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, intimacy these days. You know, I suppose I don't know. I'm just old.
It's not my cup of tea either,
Exactly.
so I can understand you.
Exactly.
You're pretty long in the business, and you probably did thousands of interviews in that time. Is there anything that always wanted to tell the people but never were asked? Because I know interviewers always ask the same questions, actually.
Yeah, there's something. I
Really?
guess, yeah.
Actually, you're the first. But yeah, go on,
And
please.
that is that ever since I was a pretty young child, I've been pretty convinced that there are parallel dimensions alongside of us, and they exist, you know, in spaces in the time-space continuum, and I've always been aware of quantum physics ever from the time I was a child.
Oh.
And what I'd like to say is take heed and actually really enjoy that fact that there's so much more out there than we know, or in there than we know. It's inside of us as well. And that also the work doesn't stop after we die, that we still go on to other places and continue on this journey that we're on. So yeah, I've always wanted to say that, and now I feel like I've felt it for so long that I'm not ashamed of it. I almost feel like I've come out of the closet as a believer in Einstein almost, you know. So yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Oh, great, and pretty interesting. Oh, okay. So that was it for now. Do you have a message to the fans to like come to the shows, listen to the album, or?
Yeah, come to the show and listen to the album. Yeah, give it a shot. I mean, if you like it, buy it. You know, if you don't like it, steal it. Whatever.
It's good rock and roll.
Yeah, and it's different rock and roll. I know that. It's strange sometimes. It might sound a little strange, but it's true because it doesn't care.
It's you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't care.
Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon.
Thank you very much, Dankeschön, to everyone in Germany who's been supporting for so long. And I really appreciate it. I'm very humbled by it.
Thanks.